Hey, what's up, Nerdgasm fans? Jerry here, aka Barnacles, and in case you haven't noticed, my mouth is not synced up with the audio. You want to know why? Because I screwed up and forgot to set the audio levels properly again, and it will never happen again. So enjoy this nice voiceover episode, an unboxing and review of the Google Chromecast. Say hello to the Google Chromecast. It shows up in this nice little box. It's actually a really nice box. I'll give them that. And if you flip it around on the reverse side, you can see it's showing somebody holding a smartphone and projecting their video. Let's go ahead and open this up. You're supposed to just slide it out, but of course there's some tape on there, so I'm going to have to get that undone. Alright, so let's go ahead and just slide this open. It's easy as that. Ooh, Chromecast. Okay, flip it open. There you go. That's pretty much the whole unit right there. I mean, there's not a lot to this unit. You pretty much just plug it right into an HDMI port, you supply it with some power, and it's ready to go. Let's see if we can pop this out of here. There we go. It's actually a very, very small, it reminds me of just a USB memory stick. And it's just got one USB port on the back of it so that you can supply it with power. Alright, and here's the cable that they give you, little USB cable. And you can use this to supply power from a USB port, or here's an AC adapter that you can plug it into, so if you want to supply it power from a wall outlet, you can. And then this is an adapter that I actually had to use because my receiver had a recessed HDMI port. And here's an instructional booklet of some kind, talking about product information, a bunch of crap we're not going to read. Alright, so here we have the adapter, the Chromecast, the AC adapter, and the USB cable, and that's everything that comes in the box. Installing the unit couldn't be simpler. You just plug it into an HDMI port on your TV or receiver. Unfortunately, it doesn't always fit because it's recessed, so they give you this adapter right here. So go ahead and plug in the adapter, and then you just plug this into the back of the adapter. Now you have to supply the unit with power using the USB cable that's provided, and if you don't have a USB port on your TV or stereo receiver, you can use the AC adapter that's provided. And then you just plug that in, and the unit should start right up. And there you go, you're ready to configure your phone or tablet. Alright, now it's time to set up Chromecast on your mobile device. For this demonstration, we'll be using the Apple iPad 4th generation. So we want to go ahead and set up a new Chromecast, so we'll go ahead and click that button. And it instructs you that you need to go set up your Wi-Fi on your device to connect to the Chromecast directly. It basically shows up as its own access point. And then you configure it from there. You only have to do this the first time that you configure the device. So let's go back to my settings right here on the iPad. There we go. Then you want to go to wireless networks, your Wi-Fi networks. Right now we're connected to Barna Vista, which is my home net. And you see I have Bedroom Chromecast. I'm going to connect to that. Now the reason it's called Bedroom Chromecast is because I already set this up earlier. And I just basically reset the device so that I could walk you guys through the steps. Alright, so we open up the Chromecast app. It's like, oh hey, look, we found a Chromecast. Woohoo! Awesome! Alright, now we got to smash that next button. And now it's going to ask you to check the TV to see if that's displayed on your television. And it actually is. I already confirmed this off to the side. The TV will be showing this, so click Next. And then it says, oh, what do you want to name it? Well, I already had called it Bedroom Chromecast, so we'll go ahead and leave that alone for now. So just press Next. And then it's going to ask you which wireless network you want the Chromecast to connect to. And this is why you have to connect to the Chromecast initially, is so that you can tell it which network to connect to. Otherwise, you'd never be able to connect to the device and configure it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and choose my network. And you guys don't need to see my password. Alright, password is entered. Now it's setting up the Bedroom Chromecast. And once this step's actually configured, you're ready to go. The Chromecast will now be on your local network, and all your mobile devices running a Chromecast application will be able to find the Chromecast, and you'll be able to cast video from some of the apps to the TV, which is really cool. Alright, so we're ready to try this out. Let's go ahead and open up Netflix. And if you're wondering why my voice doesn't sync up with the video, it's because I screwed up once again, and the audio was recorded at such a low level that when I amplified it, all you heard was hissing. My bad. Luckily, I got a UV meter to prevent that from happening. So right here, I'm inside of the Netflix app, and I just said I wanted to play Far Cry. It's some movie that only has 2.5 stars. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but I figured it's good for this demo. So you notice as soon as I open the app, it opens up Netflix on the Chromecast. And this is because there's a little box that shows up in supported applications that says send to, and you basically push the send to button and you say send to bedroom Chromecast or living room Chromecast, or, you know, however many of these you have in your house. Or if your neighbor's got one, you can, you know, I don't know, put porn on his TV screen, because it doesn't seem like there's any security other than the network. If you can get onto their network, you can stream to their devices. All right, we're streaming Far Cry right now. It actually looks good. I apologize, the camera picks up a little bit of an effect off of the screen sometimes if the lighting isn't just right, but it does work. And I just fast forwarded, so you fast forward on the iPad and it fast forwards on the Chromecast itself, and everything seems to be working smoothly. Now, one thing that I noticed while doing this was the Chromecast is actually the one that's streaming the video. It's not going to the iPad and then being beamed to the Chromecast. And I just fast forwarded yet again. But rather, instead of beaming that, it's telling the Chromecast to run a YouTube application and run a Netflix application and play the video natively. This way, if the battery goes dead in your device or you're doing something else or you shut it off, you don't run into a problem. And right now I'm saying I want to go ahead and change it back to the iPad screen. And now it's loading on the iPad and it's not loading on the TV any longer. And it's actually really, really easy to use. Once you plug in the Chromecast, you just switch your receiver or your television to whichever HDMI input the Chromecast is on, and all the audio and video and everything streamed from the Chromecast. So if you're like me and you have it set up to where audio isn't traveling over HDMI to your stereo receiver, then you're probably going to have to do some things to make sure that that gets changed, or the audio does carry over HDMI. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad experience with this device. Alright, so now we're in the YouTube application and we're trying to stream one of my videos. And my network's actually really, really slow. A lot of people don't realize this, but the best internet that I can get is like 20 megabit down, 2.5 up. So I actually have I got 3 internet connections now, just to keep up with the bandwidth requirements of all my uploads and my live streaming and everything like that. So it gets pretty expensive. But I digress. Back on track here. It works beautifully. You can see it's actually casting to the television. But the thing that I have to tell everybody, this has to be crystal clear, is you're not beaming video from the device to the TV. You're just telling the Chromecast what to play. So effectively, the Chromecast is its own little like applet itself. It's running its own little applications that do this. So you can turn the tablet off, you can turn the phone off once it's being told to do something, and it'll just continue to do it. All right, just to see how easy it would be, I went down to the man cave bedroom with the large projector setup that I have, and I plugged the dongle in just like you saw earlier on the AV receiver. And now all I'm doing is grabbing the tablet and saying I'd like to cast it to that device. And it's loading right now, the Netflix app. So this actually works really, really well because you can actually unplug the Chromecast, take it to another room, and just plug it in again. So if you have everything routed through an AV receiver, or you have an auxiliary HDMI port in the front of your television, it's incredibly easy for you to just plug this thing into one room, unplug it, take it in another room, plug it in, and just keep using it anywhere. So you could just take one of these around your house if you really wanted to. That she has to get the Netflix to play stuff, this is by far the easiest for her. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps me a bunch. Also, come follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I love interacting with you guys. All right, looks like, okay, so these 3M, looks like, okay, so those are the stickers from Nerd Block, Jelliskins. Okay, so these are just stickers that came with it. These aren't protectors for the phone. And it looks like they're those vinyl back stickers that you can keep repeatedly sticking on things, which is cool. So let's do a little recap here. In the Nerd Block, we got this. We got our Man of Steel Heroes Clicks figure. We got our little Penny. I think it's Penny. One of the Big Bang Theory characters, anyways. Does it say? Who are you? Tell me. Then we got Donatello, who's our other vinyl figurine. We got these wacky packages. Let's open these up and take a look. Looks like we've got a stick of gum. And we've got Johnson's Raby shampoo. We got Totino's pizza wrap, 100% preservatives. And Trivial Lawsuit for money. Stickers. Okay, so this must be like modern version of Garbage Pail Kids. And with some gum. And, of course, we got our Gremlins t-shirt. So, pretty cool for my first Nerd Block that I've received. I mean, the way I figured is you spend 20 bucks on it. It's like if you want to go buy a nice shirt like this. I mean, it's a heavy-duty shirt. Let's see who makes it. It's a Gildman heavy cotton shirt, 2XL. So, you know, to buy a shirt like that's probably going to cost you between, like, you know, 13, 16 bucks anyways. And then to get, like, stuff like this, these are usually, like, you know, 8 or 10 bucks for, like, a vinyl figurine. And then I don't know how much HeroClix characters are and everything. But realistically, I can't imagine that you could get all these things individually for under $20. So, and plus it's kind of cool just to get surprised every month. So guys, I hope this gave you a nerdgasm. This is definitely, I'm going to keep this going because it's like gambling. Now I'm addicted and I want to see what comes in the next box. So leave your comments down below. Let me know if you guys have received boxes and what stuff is coming in them. I'd also be especially interested in if anybody's received like a high value item in these boxes. I wonder if every once in a while they chuck something in there like an iPhone or something just to mix things up. But I certainly didn't get that in my box, but it's still definitely an awesome box. I love the t-shirt. I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle overall theme. And so guys, keep checking out my videos. I'll bring you more unboxings and technology, racing, gaming, pretty much anything. I'll show you how to like change the oil in your car if that's what you guys want to see. So anyways, this is Barnacles, signing off. Gum is gum. Don't judge me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps me a bunch. Also, come follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I love interacting with you guys. It was 8.1, probably because Microsoft didn't think we were going to be honest. So now we got to enter it up front, which I personally don't have a problem with. All right, the next step is to read the entire EULA, End User License Agreement from Microsoft. Make sure you read all 400,000 pages because there's lots of stuff in there about stealing your stuff, taking your virginity, imposing rules on your life and religion, and all that stuff. So make sure you agree to all those terms only after reading the whole thing like I just clearly did there, and press next. All right, now you want to select a custom install type because we sure as hell don't want to do an upgrade on this thing.